Welcome to Crimes Beyond Borders, where we'll bring you the most thrilling true crime stories every single day. If you're fascinated by mystery, intrigue, and the darker side of human nature, you're in the right place. Make sure to hit that subscribe button and join us as we unravel the most shocking and perplexing criminal cases from around the world. The story is about to begin after this intro.
From city streets to far-off lands, mystery slipping through our hands. Crimes beyond borders they speak, voices strong but words are meek. Every story leaves a mark, whispers softly in the dark.
Our stories at first are made for ourselves, to comfort us, to help us sleep, and to learn. Along the way, they become a part of our journey, teaching us English and fueling our passion for true crime. So, listen carefully, and if you're about to sleep, close your eyes. Let's begin. Here's a story told from the killer's perspective, providing insight into their disturbed mind, motivations, and actions. The narrative reflects their thoughts and rationalizations as they descend deeper into obsession and crime. This fictional story is inspired by true crime cases involving ritual killings and belief in supernatural powers, but it's written entirely from the point of view of the killer. The ritual of power. I always knew I was different. From the moment I first felt the pulse of the earth under my bare feet, I knew there was something more, something the others couldn't see, couldn't hear. They thought I was strange, but that was because they were blind. They couldn't feel the energy humming beneath the surface, the whispers of power waiting to be tapped into. They laughed at me when I said I could control it. They said I was mad, that I believed in witchcraft, like some old fool clinging to village tales. But I'm not mad, I'm chosen. I was always meant for something greater, something beyond their understanding. You see, I don't just believe in the power, I know it's real, and I've found a way to harness it. It started small, almost innocent. The villagers would come to me when they had problems. I was their Nanga, their healer, the one they trusted with their secrets and fears. They came to me with broken bones, sickness, lost love, and I helped them. I gave them muthi, the herbs and charms that had been passed down for generations. But I wanted more. You see, I knew that the true power wasn't in the plants or the chants. It was in blood, human blood. The elders didn't speak of it, not openly, but I learned. I watched. I listened to the old stories, the ones whispered around fires late at night, the tales of ancient rituals that could bring wealth, success, even immortality. They said the most powerful muthi came from children, from their pure, innocent souls. I thought about it for a long time, longer than I care to admit, but the idea stuck to me like a shadow. I needed more than just healing powers. I needed to control life itself, to bend the will of the spirits to my own. I needed to be feared. The first time, it was almost an accident. There was this boy, a sickly little thing with big eyes and a quiet voice. He had been ill for months, and his parents came to me in desperation, begging for help. I gave them herbs, but deep down, I knew it wouldn't work. I knew there was nothing more I could do for him in the way they expected. But then I thought, maybe there was something I could do for me. The night was cold, colder than it should have been for the season. But I took that as a sign. The spirits were with me, guiding me. I went to their home under the guise of checking on the boy's health, but I had other plans. When his mother left the room, I whispered to him, telling him he would soon be free of his pain. And in a way, I wasn't lying. I placed my hand over his mouth, pressing just hard enough to stop the breath from leaving his body. When it was done, I felt no guilt. I felt powerful. They buried him the next day, thinking he had died of his illness, and I stayed silent, watching. But that night, I took something from the boy's grave. I needed it for the ritual. I brought it back to my home, mixed it with the secret herbs and chants I had learned, and I offered it to the spirits. That was when I felt it, a surge of energy, the connection to something far greater than myself. The spirits had accepted my offering. The villagers noticed the change in me. They began to respect me, fear me. My powers grew, my reputation spread, and soon people were coming from all over the district asking for my help. But it wasn't enough. It's never enough. That's the thing about power. Once you've tasted it, you crave more. And I knew the spirits demanded more. One heart was not enough to sustain the power I wanted. I needed more blood, more sacrifice. So I started watching. I watched the children playing in the fields, choosing my next offering. It had to be someone young, someone innocent, someone whose energy would bring me closer to the spirits. That's when I saw her, Rutindo, a sweet girl with a smile that could light up a room. I knew the spirits would want her. I followed her for days, waiting for the right moment. I was patient. I knew the ritual had to be perfect, the timing precise. And then, one evening, as the sun dipped below the horizon and the shadows grew long, I made my move. I told her family I needed her for a small errand, that she would return soon. They trusted me, of course. Who wouldn't trust the village healer? She came with me willingly, not knowing what was about to happen. I brought her to the sacred grove, a place only I knew, hidden deep in the forest where the spirits were strongest. The air was thick with power, and I could feel them watching, waiting. Rutendo didn't scream. She didn't even struggle. When I laid her down on the earth, she looked at me with wide eyes, trusting me, believing I was there to help her. But that was the last thing I would do. The knife in my hand felt light, and when I pressed it to her chest, I whispered the ancient words, calling the spirits to accept my offering. The blade slid in easily, and with it, the power surged. I took what I needed from her, carefully removing the parts that held the most energy: her heart, her liver, her blood. The rest, I left for the forest to consume. The ritual was complete, and I felt invincible. But power always comes with a price. They started asking questions, her family, the villagers. Where was Rutendo? What had happened to her? I stayed quiet at first, but then rumors began to spread. People were whispering about the disappearances, about the missing children. They didn't know it was me, but they knew someone was taking them. Fear began to grip the village, and soon they turned on each other, accusing neighbors of practicing dark magic. It was perfect. While they tore each other apart with suspicion, I continued my work, feeding the spirits, growing stronger. I took more children, more offerings, and each time I felt the power coursing through my veins, making me untouchable. But no one can stay untouchable forever. They caught me eventually, of course. They always do. It wasn't even the spirits who betrayed me, it was my own hubris. I grew too bold, too careless. I thought I could take another child without anyone noticing, but the villagers had started watching me. They found me in the middle of a ritual, surrounded by the bones of the children I had sacrificed. The look in their eyes was one of horror, yes, but also awe. They knew what I was capable of. They dragged me away, beat me, called me a monster, but they didn't understand. They couldn't see that I wasn't doing this for myself. I was doing it for them, for the village, for the spirits. I was their chosen one. They put me on trial, of course. They called it murder, but I knew better. The spirits had demanded these sacrifices, and I had given them what they wanted. The villagers, blind as they were, couldn't see that without my rituals, without my power, their crops would fail, their lives would wither away. But no matter what they said, I felt no regret. I had done what needed to be done. And now, as I sit here, waiting for the end, I know that the spirits will come for me. They will not abandon me. They will reward me for my loyalty. The villagers think they've won, but they're fools. I've already made my final offering, and soon I will be more powerful than they ever imagined. They think they've taken my power, but they don't understand. I am the power. The story has come to an end, but stay relaxed. If you feel yourself drifting off to sleep, just let the video play and enjoy the soothing music in the background. Let it guide you gently into rest. We'll be here, bringing you more stories every night. Sleep well, and see you tomorrow at 8 p.m.
shadows creep, footsteps vanish down alleys deep. Silent whispers, cities asleep. Mystery in the air, it seeps. Flickering lamps dimly glow, secrets hidden where few will go. In the half-light, truth begins to show. Unseen forces pull and tow. Windows shut, curtains drawn tight. Lonely figures melt in the night. Echoes fade out of sight. Moonlight bathes the world in fright. Ticking clocks, relentless sound. Time slips when danger's around. In the shadows, lost and found. Haunting silence so profound. Flickering lamps dimly glow, secrets hidden where few will go. In the half-light, truth begins to show. Unseen forces pull and tow. Windows shut, curtains drawn tight. Lonely figures melt in the night. Echoes fade out of sight. Moonlight bathes the world in fright. Ticking cloisters on crumbling walls, telling tales of forbidden calls. Into the night, someone falls. Down the alley, mystery sprawls.